Africa's vast Sahara Desert is as big as the United States. The sand alone from this giant expanse could bury the entire world 8 inches deep. It's the largest desert and the hottest place on Earth.
When I first arrived in the Sahara, I was just struck by how utterly barren it was. It's like the color green was removed from the palette when they made this place. Just nothing, grays and browns, and not a scrap of life.
Smith's mission is to unearth evidence of what made the Sahara into the wasteland it is today. Her investigation begins on the desert's far eastern edge, in Egypt. Not in the sands of the Sahara, but in one of the most epic structures ever built by man, the Great Pyramids. The building blocks of this ancient wonder house a remarkable clue to the history of this land, from a time long before the pharaohs even existed.
So, taking a closer look at these blocks making up the pyramids, there's actually these gorgeous marine fossils in here. Most obvious are these flat discs up to about 1 inch wide. They're called nummulites, and they're actually single-celled organisms.
The name nummulites means little coins in Latin. They are some of the largest single-celled creatures to have ever existed. In ancient times, these blocks were cut from quarries across the country and dragged to the pyramid site. Each block weighed 2.5 tons, and it took 2 million of them and over 20 years to build the Great Pyramid. And incredibly, up to 40% of each building block is made up of the bodies of ancient sea creatures like these. What's even more important about the marine nummulites is that they date back 40 million years, and they only lived in water.
It's a piece of evidence that this area, now desert, was once underneath the ocean. You think about the construction of the pyramid, but not necessarily about what it's made of in these gorgeous fossils.
The Sahara now is the world's biggest dust bowl. But the tiny nummulites fossils suggest that it was once very different, that perhaps there could have been water in this barren wilderness.